These guys right here were sold out everywhere, except in the stores.
Inconceivable!
Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today, we've got something that has been sold out, supposedly, for a couple of weeks. You know, I went into the shoe stores or the mall or whatever, and they were just sitting there, literally just sitting there. So I figured, better late than never. And a few of you guys have asked for reviews on these guys. I was unable to get them online upon release because, you know, sneakers. Yeah, that place sucks. And then our local shop where we typically get our stuff, they never came in. So these guys right here are the Air Jordan 6 Electric Green. Most of you guys probably already know this by now because again, they've been out for a minute. I think that these are actually quite cool. I did not like them when I first saw them, mostly because they were a new variation of a PE that released, or didn't release, but it was given to the collegiate athletes over at the University of Oregon. I usually don't like any of their stuff. Like, I'll be pretty honest with you guys. Like, I don't like the duck thing on stuff or the wings or any of that stuff. The giant O, and this guy had almost all of it. I did like that on the PE pair though, the tongue actually colored the Air Jordan font, which I think looks really slick, and I wish that they would do that on an actual Air Jordan 6. Anyways, these guys removed the O, they removed the wings on the back, and they also changed up the outsole just a little bit, to which I'm like, man, now these are dope. One thing though is that the outsoles look like they glow in the dark, and they don't. However, I've heard that the grade school pair does. So the men's pair does not, the grade school might. Just off of what I've heard, I don't have a pair to confirm. But what I really like about these guys right here, can you guess? You know what it is that I like about them.
That it's a traditional colorway, but with a new color put in its place.
Not only that, they're so bright and vibrant that it looks like if he played for the Sonics instead of the Bulls, this could have been the shoe. You know what I mean? And so I love that they kept it with that fluorescent flavor. It looks slick. It's super slick. I couldn't believe it. Now the main difference between these two colorways, besides the colors themselves, is that these guys, like the originals, feature the 3M behind the collar area. The perforations, these ones do not. It doesn't bother me one way or the other. And then lastly, the branding is a little bit different. However, they both come with the polyurethane insoles, which I think is super weird because most of the stuff that features the Jumpman on the back doesn't have it. And then every once in a while, we get a surprise and it's like, hey, why did the Oreo or White Tech Gray or whatever those things are called, the Jordan 4s that are about to release, why don't those have PU insoles? Somebody just left a comment about this. I literally just read it this morning. Anything that gets charged for $190 and up, which is all of it, should not have polyurethane insoles. There is no reason to cheap out on this that much. $200 is not a little bit, especially when the little guys are giving you a lot more for less. However, the things that are the same with these two guys are the materials. They're almost identical. These ones have a little bit of a thinner cut than these guys right here. However, to make up for that, it feels like they padded some of the panels to make it look like it was as thick as these, which is very strange. But the overall shape looks fantastic. I love the toes on these things. They look great. I love the color blocking because it's an original style. There was a white and green one, or white electric green for the Oregon players. I would like to see those released too. I know the PE collectors don't like it when stuff like this happens, but I'm not a PE collector, I'm a regular dude. So I would totally be down for a white infrared version, but swapping the infrared out for the electric green. I think they look fantastic. Now, tech specs on an Air Jordan 6 includes one of the weirder traction patterns because it's not really, you know, what we've come to expect over the years. It was very interesting because the Air Jordan line went from a radial style pattern with the 1s and the 2s to more of flat patterns with the 3s, herringbone with the 4s and 5s, and then with the 6, 7, and 8, and went with this. Very strange. And yeah, it did not work though. I have played in 6s. We do have a performance review. And while the cushion isn't great, the traction actually wasn't bad. I don't know how, but it wasn't. The midsole itself is polyurethane. And then inside of the polyurethane midsole, we have a 4-foot air unit, which you cannot see. It's an encapsulated unit. And then in the back, there's a visible air sole unit, which is the one that obviously you can peek in through with the window. And again, the insole is polyurethane. It feels awesome. It's the way that Jordans should be. It's the way that they used to give it to us, like, you know, those grapes that we reviewed, a card over here, link over here. It used to be standard. Now the upper on these guys is fully synthetic. It's what Nike used to call Durabuck. I believe they still might use the phrase or whatever, especially with the Jordan brand. But yeah, Durabuck was just durable nubuck, and durable nubuck was fake nubuck, because real nubuck is not durable. There is a little sticker that these things come with that lets you know that everything on here is synthetic as well. So if you're a vegan sneakerhead, they have been doing an okay job with labeling. So I give them much credit for that. Everything else on these guys though is pretty much standard to an Air Jordan 6. Again, I love the shape. One of the things that I would love to see is this done in every color, right? So like orange, fluorescent, that'd be cool. Fluorescent yellow. Yellow can be fluorescent.
I know, it's a highlighter.
Yes, and
I
it
don't
would
know
be
if
great.
that's a great...
It would be great. You guys let me know.
I like a yellow. I'm wearing yellow, but I don't know about a fluorescent yellow.
I'd be down to have a fluorescent yellow and a regular yellow. It'd be all good. Just make it look like this. I'd be happy. Pink. They did UNC before, but the UNC joints were one of my favorite looking, but the toe box shape was so boxy that I just could not do it. And they were uncomfortable. These newer 6s are pretty comfortable, again, because of the insole. Comfortable in the sense of an old shoe from the 90s, not like Cushlon or Zoom Air Comfort. Keep it in perspective, you know. I absolutely love the tongue on these things. I think that it's one of their greatest features. The little notches in there are to pull the tongue up, as well as holding the rear spoiler, which yes, was inspired by an actual spoiler from a car. Got the hidden 2 and the 3 in the design. I think that that was always dope. And then something that some people might have a problem with, like I was saying earlier, is just, you know, the branding is a little bit different. Would you have preferred the Nike Air? I know a lot of guys are like, Nike Air or nothing, even though back in our day when we were first getting retros, it was a mixture of both and we were happy with that. And then it transitioned to only Jumpman and we were happy with that too. And now it seems like people are getting very picky, except for when it comes time to resell them. Then they just buy them all. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. So whatever you typically wear in your Air Jordans, especially your Air Jordan 6s, that's what I would recommend. I go true to size. They fit me perfectly. I think that they're awesome. This is just a really cool colorway. It looks like the 90s.
Yes, 2 thoughts. One, this green is so bright that it makes the infrared look dull.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like when you kept it with this, because they could have just gone green and it would have been cool, especially in this color blocking, would have been dope. The fluorescent though, like this looked like it was ripped from 1991 as like a variation of the shoe. And I just think it's really cool. I really dig this. I don't know if they did that intentionally. Like if they were like, hey, this fluorescent color would look cool as an ode to the year that they came out, or if they were literally just like, hey, we ran out of ideas. The Oregon PE is popular. Let's just take off the Oregon branding and then release the shoe. I don't know what the concept or the thought was. All I know is that this just looks neat. So I would like to see more of this fluorescent. This can just go with anything. I've been seeing these on the feet of people randomly since they released. I've just been kind of like, oh, those look really cool. Like they look dope. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of like what you want out of your footwear is that when you see it.
I like those.
Yeah, those are pretty fresh. And I think that's important because that's what this used to be like.
Also, why am I just learning now about the hidden 2 and the 3 on the shoe?
I don't know.
You've never mentioned that.
I think I've
while
mentioned
I've been
it
around.
in another video. I probably mentioned it.
Well, not since I've like.
Did you know that there is a 2 and a 3? It looks more like a 2 on this side. 2.
Okay, I
3.
found the 3. I was struggling with the 2. It looks more like an R. But okay.
That's cool, man. However you want to see it, it's all good.
Well, thank you.
You can kind of see it in like the 7 too, but it's like more like abstract or even more, you know, with the collar wing. 2, 3, you know what I'm saying?
It looks more like one of those Swiss Army knives, the 3, if you're going with that.
It does. It looks like a can opener.
Yeah.
We're looking at the Olympic version, so they're silver. Anyways, let us know what you think about these down below in the comments section. Would you love to see a white infrared version of this? You guys already know, man. I would like to see every color on original color blocking. I think that's the move. I think that the new colorways are cool, you know, as far as like weird new colorways, but this is how to kind of please everybody all at once. It's a new flavor. You hit the OG heads too. It's a win-win. But you guys let me know what you think about them. I know that you guys have been requesting them, but I just couldn't get them. So yeah, until I ran into them. And thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. And until next time, guys, have a good one.